Welcome to the Windy City, living up to its name. A little chill here in the Midwest, but we say once again, Happy New Year, Paul Jones and Sherman Hamilton. The first road game in 2018, Sherm. Raptors taking on the Bulls, and it's one of those games that you look at and say, you better be professional about this, particularly coming after a big game and a big overtime win at home.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of emotion in that game, and DeMar DeRozan just set the place on fire, and his teammates were just as ecstatic for him. But you have to understand, that's one game of the season. You have to bounce back. You have to figure out how to prepare for a Chicago team in Chicago that you've struggled to win. So there's no question they need to enjoy that night and what DeMar accomplished, but you've got to turn the page. You've got to move forward and understand that you've got to keep this thing moving in the right direction.
All right, Sherm, the Raptors have had their issues in this building. They've lost 6 in a row. The last win came on New Year's Eve of 2013. And we talk about the Bulls' DNA. That's what's probably given the most issues to this Toronto team. The hard-nosed defense, the way they played. Chicago, not quite the same from a personnel standpoint, but they still have some of that DNA in their system.
Well, they do, and you think about the fact that they get a Mirotic back, and he's been playing great basketball for them. And then Chris Dunn, he's a lot of that DNA that they've had in the past, that toughness at the point guard spot. He's a defender. This guy is averaging almost 2 steals a game, so he's really getting after it at the point of attack. But they're scoring the basketball. They're putting more points on the board. Plus, you're talking about a team that's playing with more confidence throughout the roster. So they've become much more of a difficult proposition than the Raptors have seen earlier in this season. So they've got to be prepared for a team that's very confident and clicking on a few different levels.
All right, let's hear from the players and head coach Dwayne Casey after practice.
They got some type of camaraderie there with a lot of guys who maybe were, counted out or not playing the way they thought they should be playing, and they've been playing really well lately. So they've been challenging, every team. Obviously, they went on that crazy stretch of however many games they won. And like I said, I think getting Mirotic back for sure, and him playing at a high level, and add Chris Dunn at the point guard position playing at a high level makes them tough.
I mean, you can tell they changed the whole dynamic of their team, stretching the floor, being able to hit threes. They playing a lot faster, especially with Dunn at the point guard. And they're playing a lot looser and free. And you can tell, they've been playing well, and tonight's going to be one of them games that we're going to have to be alert right out the gate.
They're really a different team than we've played earlier, and Mirotic changed everything. It's almost like him coming in, making threes, shooting threes, has given them a abundance of confidence, and so they're a different team, playing with a swagger, especially in the last month since he's been back.
So you can see the game tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on Sportsnet 1, and hear it on TSN 1050 Toronto.